Today's problem is a hard one, and honestly, I couldn't solve it at all. I had like a very slight idea on how to solve it, but wasn't correct, honestly. So I had to use some help and try to understand the logic, but I'll still post what I've done. Okay, guys, another day. Let's begin. Let me close that. LeetCode. Oh, okay. 1 second. Let me fix my mouse. Okay, better. Okay, what do we have today? Okay, let me reload this. Smallest generated string. You are given two string of length, different lengths. A string word of length with combined -1 is defined to be generated if it satisfies the following condition for each index. If string 1 equals to the substring over t with size m. Okay, I have to write this all down. 1 second. So if the string bracket I equals to t, the substring of word with size m starting at I. Okay, if is 2, then substring of word with size m starting at index I. Okay, so there's few conditions here. Conditions are 1 second, let me get this. What's the condition? Condition is if string, so we are only checking on string 1 i if equals to, if the character is equal to t, caps lock T. Okay, then what do we do then? The substring, we are given two strings. A string word of length m is defined, and the substring of word, then the word bracket substring of I. So length should be m, right? So from word I to word I plus m -1, right? To word I plus m -1, starting at word should be equal to whatever the value of string 2. Okay, and if string bracket I equals to false, equal to caps lock F, then what do we do? Then the substring starts with size m starting at index I is not equal to, then the substring return the smallest string possible that can be generated. I return an m. So if string 1 equals the substring of word of size m, then substring starting at I, word I to word again I plus m -1, I plus m -1 is not equal to 2, is not equal to string 2. This is what we have to check. Okay, so we have to return table shows x0 true substitution. So first let me create a new integer. Oh, sorry. So since we have to build a string, right? We are building a string. Should I have an array or should I? Okay, let me have integer character array answer equals to new array of size. What's the size? We're given teacher n equals to a string 1 dot length, and integer m equal to string 2 dot length. Okay, it's equal to n plus m and minus 1. Okay, that's the new. Later we join and return if result exists. Okay, so now, so what do we have to do? We have to loop through the string 1, and if, let's say, if we don't find a t or an f, what are we given? A constraint. String 1 only consists of t or f. Okay, so we already are given. And string 2 only consists of lowercase letters. Okay. The table below, the strings AB and ABB. A can be returned by string 1 and 2 return. Okay, so we can also sort. Okay, so what do we do? So let's loop for integer I equals to 0, right? I must be less than, since we're only checking string 1 for now, must be less than length of string 1 is n I plus plus. Do we keep a track? If, what I'm confused about is if, how many substrings can we have? If the length is string string word of length generated to be, what's n and m? Oh, it could be a long too, right? So what do we do? So for we check for how do we think about this? We are given two strings of length. It is defined by string 1 and string 2. So if we find a t, the substring, so if we find a t, if char what's the method defined characters of if str1 bracket I string I equals to t, then answer then what do we have to do? We have to add in, then t, then what are we supposed to do then? Then word I, then the next m is equal to the substring of word, but word is not there yet. prefixed part. State is the prefix length. Each unknown character can be Yeah, I don't think I can solve this greedy problem. Let's try to learn. This is what I've done. These guys are cooking. Right. Attempt. But we build this. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's think. So what's happening here is, let's reset the whole thing. Confirm. Okay. What we are doing here is, first we initialize this length integer m, and then str dot length and integer m equals to, let me hide it so I don't like just copy paste it. Str2 dot length, and we are initializing a character array. Let's name it word equals to new array of size n plus m minus 1. Okay, then array dot fill word with question mark, right? Now I have to apply. Okay, that is true now. For loop for integer I equals to 0, I must be less than n, and I plus plus. What do? We check if str1 dot character at I equals to caps lock t, then what do? Then for integer j equals to 0, j must be less than m. So then you have to get the whole word over there, right? Okay, and then what do? We check. Then if word bracket I plus j equal to, if there's a question mark present, or if at the last stage, or if word I plus j equals to string 2.j, or if word I plus j equal to str2 dot char at 0, right? char at. So what does that mean? Char at j, then word bracket I plus j equal to string2 dot char at j, right? It's correct. And then else what do we do? Else we return an empty string. And then so 0 I must be less than word dot length I plus plus. What do we want to do? We want to fill the rest. If word bracket I, if there's still a question mark present, right, then word bracket I equals to small a, because that's the smallest thing available. And then we handle now for f for I equals to 0, I must be less than n and I plus plus. What do we do? If the string 1 dot character at I is equal to caps lock f, then let's have a boolean match, set it to true. And then for teacher j equals to 0, j must be less than m j plus plus. If word bracket I plus j is not equal to string2 dot character at j, then the match will be set it to false, and we will break out of the loop. Okay, and then if match is true, and we have another boolean will set broken to false. And then for teacher j equals to m minus 1, j must be greater than equal to 0. Yeah, and j minus minus. So we loop in backwards, right? Again, teacher index equals to I plus j for eating person battery left. So what are we doing here? For character c is equal to small a, and c must be less than equal to z c plus plus. If c is not equal to string2 dot character at j, to word bracket index and word bracket index equal to C. So what do we have? Boolean. Let's do true. And for jk equals to math.max. So let's see the meaning of all this. Not, I understood it till this part, but when we go to F, and then F string 1 dot character at equal to T, then for x equals to 0 must be less than x plus plus. What are we doing? We're doing if word bracket I plus j, oh sorry, word bracket k plus x is not equal to string2 dot char at x, then valid equal to false, and we break out of the loop. If valid is false, break. And if valid is true, it's true, then is equal to true, we break it. And the word bracket index equal to old if we are broken break. We return empty string. Return new string. Let's ask what's happening. So what's f actually? So f was we have to make sure it doesn't exist, right? For every index I where the index where string 1 is f, then the substring of this must not be equal to string 2, right? After handling t and filling with a, we might accidentally get, that's bad for f. Okay, so what do? We break the match. We only need at least one character in that window that's not equal to. So because changing the, okay, inside the loop we are try to replace, pick the smallest valid character to change in. Okay, this problem is so hard. Let's see what the first place position guy did. So he has array, I'm not sure. Yeah, today wasn't a good day. I wasn't able to solve this. Anyhow, we'll keep trying.